So this is one of my favourite standing exercises, just to get a little bit of activation in through the feet, inspired by some of the work that I've done with Gary Ward with Anatomy in Motion. So trying to get some activation through the arches of the feet. Maybe this is good for you if you have an issue with the arches sinking down, or if you're extremely supinated through the feet. We just want to get a little bit of connection with how the arches of the feet move, independent of the rest of the bones of the body. So with the feet down onto the floor, we want to feel a connection through 3 points of the feet, so the tripod of the foot. So that would be the big toe mound, the little toe mound, and then through the center of the heel. So those are the 3 points that I want you to feel grounded. You might feel, if you're more pronated, maybe on one side than the other or both feet, that you have got more pressure through the big toe mound and through the inner heel, or maybe vice versa, maybe through the outer foot, or maybe it feels different from one foot to the other, or the same through both feet. So just see if you can get both feet in center. So you're not collapsing in, you're not all the way out, you're right in the middle, and the pressure is even and equal, inner and outer edge, and even and equal front to back. So that's the starting point, if you like, so on neutral position. Then from there, we can see what we feel like movement side to side. So with your left arm, you're going to reach across the body. As you reach across the body, I want you to notice what happens. So for me, I can feel my right foot or my right arch supinating, so the right arch lifting, and the left arch sinking down. And then slowly coming back through center, and then coming to the other side, and then the opposite happens on this side. So you might not feel anything in the feet. Maybe that is because you are just moving through the upper body, because it's really difficult for you to integrate that spiral twisting all the way from the ground upwards. So just see if that's an issue and if you can integrate that a little bit more. There shouldn't be any pain or torquing into the knees. The knees should be quite comfortable, but you should feel that rotation. The knee, even though it's a hinge joint, it does have some rotation allowance in it as it comes through. We want to integrate this because this is how we get that full movement and function from the foot to the ankle, to the knee, to the hip, to the spine. So as you're coming through, you can see I'm moving and twisting there through the knee and then switching. To integrate the breath here, I'm going to inhale in the middle and then exhale, twist. And imagine like a towel wringing out through center, so I can feel that twisting through center, and then over to the other side, exhaling. What you might notice if you're doing this in a mirror is that something like this might be happening. If this is happening, it's normally because we don't have enough rotation through the spine, so we're trying to get more movement by bringing in another movement, which is side flexion. So I want you to think of yourself like a pirouette, ballerina in a box, however you want to imagine it. As you spin, you can't lean away from that central pillar through the rotational movement. So you're coming through center, and then the same applies the other way. So twisting, the shoulder is nice and relaxed, so I'm not trying to get more movement by overriding through the scapula, and center. Tall and in and over. So this is a full body movement. It looks quite simple, but I'm getting that feedback from my feet all the way up through my body. And what I'm trying to do is making sure, again, that I'm not rolling too much. So for me, my tendency is to try and lift up through my big toe. I want to keep that tripod, so the support through the big toe, as I come through in each direction. And noticing if I feel more weight through one foot than the other, or whether the weight feels even and equal as I come side to side. As I turn to the right and my left arm is crossing over, I can feel a little bit of transfer of weight onto my right leg. And then as I come to the other side, I can feel a bit of transfer of weight onto my left leg. So it's a little bit of a shift side to side, but you want those to feel even as you go through. So variation number 2 is going to be adding the neck in. So the head is going to try to stay centered. This is quite challenging for a lot of people. So as I come across, my head is staying facing forwards. I'm getting a counter rotation of my neck. So I'm not moving my head, but my neck is rotating. And then center, and then switch. And center, and switch. So this makes it a little bit more functional in relation to when we're walking. So when we're walking, we get a counter rotation through the body the head moves in the opposite direction to the rib cage as you come through. So as you're coming through and reaching. So we're just doing that on a slightly exaggerated scale. So see how you get on with this one. There's more to it than you think. So rather than just feeling that you're going side to side, really take a moment to integrate your breath and get a sense and feedback of what's happening through the feet all the way up through your body. See how you get on.